Hello sweet team, welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. I am so excited to be with you all today, and I hope everyone is doing wonderfully well. Today I share with you this very simple, easy, no fail yam balls recipe. So as you can see, I just finished washing it and I'm peeling it. This is the way I find peeling easy, but please do it your way, okay? I'm then going to go ahead and cut it up into little pieces, and then we will continue. I hope you are having an amazing day today, because I am. Why not? I'm cooking yam. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut the yam into little cubes. You don't want to cut them big. You want to cut them small enough that it will cook very, very fast. I'll then give it a quick rinse and put it in hot water that I already have going on. At this point, I'll just add it into my hot water. Be careful you don't burn yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and season it with some salt, cover it up, and allow it to cook until it is nice and tender. International food cartoon will show you how to make pizza, jollof, mango and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet Ajele. Our yam have been cooking for about 20 minutes now, so I'm just going to check it, and your fork or knife should go through it very easily and it should be falling apart just like this. Oh, it is ready. Does that yam look good or what? So I'm just going to get rid of the water and allow it to rest for a little bit, because if you begin mashing immediately, it'll turn to fufu, and we don't want that. Pop quiz. Do y'all see a difference between the color of this yam and the one I just took off the stove? I ate it. I ate the first one. It was so good. It was nice and soft. I couldn't see myself mashing it, so I just had it for lunch. But I had more yam, so I cooked it. It doesn't have the same color, but it still worked. So at this point, I'm just mashing it up with my pastry blender, but if you don't have one of these, you can use your ato, which will work just as well. Also, it doesn't have to be completely smooth when you're mashing it, so don't worry too much about it. And we are ready for the next step, which is our butter. I'm using this butter to bring some richness and moisture into my yam balls, but you want to be careful. Adding too much butter will cause your yam balls to soak up oil in the frying process, and we do not want that. Okay, so I'm just going to mix everything together until it is well incorporated, and then I'll add in some hot pepper and chopped onions, which will bring a little kick of spiciness into this dish, and the onions give it a very, very nice flavor. It is optional, but I suggest you add it. Now, I'm not adding any salt because I added salt to cook the yam, so it is perfect. So I'm just going to mix everything until it is well incorporated, and then it'll be time for me to add my milk. Now I add the milk little by little because I don't want to pour everything in and it becomes too much, but I cannot add any more yam because I don't have any more. So you want to add it little by little, and you're looking for it to become like a wet sand. You need a wet sand consistency. You don't want it to be soggy and you don't want it to be hard. You want it to be in the middle, and it'll be just perfect. I actually measured the yam after mashing it, so I'll be leaving a list of ingredients and their measurements in the description box for you to check out. We're going to begin rolling it into the shapes that I remember growing up. My aunties rolled this into a sort of log or an egg shape. It was never rolled into balls, although they're called yam balls. It was never rolled into balls. But today we will be rolling them both ways, so that you get to choose which way you want to have your yam balls. Also, If you noticed, I did not add any eggs to this recipe because I have my vegans and vegetarians that are super sweet team members that I have to look out for. But I also really do not like my yam bowls with eggs because they cook so quickly. I don't trust that the eggs will be fully cooked. So there you have it. You can choose to add it or not. It's totally up to you. All right, y'all, so I have everything nicely rolled out. Next, you will need some plain flour. Any type of flour will do. I have some milk here, evaporated milk. You can use any type of milk, and some breadcrumbs. Yes, so we're going to first put our yam ball into the flour. This will help the milk stick better to it. But if you don't want the flour part, you can omit it. But putting it in the flour first helps. And as you can see, I switched my hands because I don't want to use the same hand that I used in the dry ingredients in the wet ingredients, because it'll be all sticky and yucky, and I don't want that. So I keep switching, and you know, it works well for me, but do whatever works for you. And we're going to fry this on medium heat. If you fry it on high, it'll burn quickly, and if you fry it on low, it may soak up oil. This recipe was so perfect, it didn't even soak any oil because I did not use too much butter. We'll now fry it until it is nice and golden brown. Remember, everything is already cooked, so all we're doing is crisping up the outside. Now, if you don't have breadcrumbs, you can just use the milk and flour and it'll work just as well. Okay, so you put it in the flour, put it in the milk, and put it back in the flour, and then you go right ahead and fry it. Or you can fry it with nothing, just fry it like that and it'll still be delicious. Just make sure that your yam tastes good and you are done. Just look at that. Is that pretty or what? Everything is done. So I'm just going to take everything out. Oh Lord, this stuff is so delicious. And there we have our first batch. This is what I remember. Do you remember them making them this shape? Let me know in the comment section, because that's all that I remember. And don't forget to clean out your oil in between fry, because you don't want this to stick on your next batch. And with the round ones, we follow the same process and we fry everything to perfection.
Continental food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, banku and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet
Oh my goodness, does this look good or what? The best part is how crunchy it is. Just listen. I told you. Did y'all hear how crunchy that was? Absolutely delicious. As for the leftover, I freeze it. That way I can have yam balls whenever I want. A little tip though, before frying it, ensure that it thaws completely, because yam balls fry quickly. It cooks quickly on the outside, so if it's frozen, you will have a golden brown yam balls, but the inside will still be frozen, and you don't want that. So ensure that you thaw it properly, fry it to your preferred brownness, and enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give your girl a thumbs up. Thank you. Share and subscribe if you have not done that yet. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. Thank you so much for subscribing. And to the Sweet team, I love you so much. Until I see you in my next video, stay safe. Keep loving each other, and remember that the love of God and family is life's greatest blessing. And guys, ke onamini ochemi sweete mahabotu. Bye y'all.
Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food,